What up, people? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boys. It's the fantasy crew. It's the fantasy football. It's the No Man Fantasy Football podcast coming at you. Fantasy's over. Championship week has happened. We got proof. There's the guy who won right down there. He won it all. But we're still going. We're still going strong for you people. It's your boy, Tabor, baby, in the house. Always the greatest co-host in podcast history. We know him. Wes, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Mitch? What's up, Carlos?
I'm like the forever guest.
We got the champ, man. The champ ain't going nowhere. He's right in space. You know,
you know what? You gotta dethrone me. You gotta dethrone me.
I mean, you know, maybe that's the thing. If when you're the champion, you got a permanent spot on the show. I mean, I can't kick you off, man. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's the new year.
Yeah, you couldn't kick me off if you wanted to.
The new year is here, 2021. We're 5 days in. You know, on Friday, on New Year's Day itself, Carlos drove down, came down, hung out with the boys. We had some lunch, gave him some cash, and sent him on his way.
Mitch chefed it up with some
Mitch cooked.
Just
for the record, Mitch cooked.
Everybody listen. Everyone in podcast land, listen. Let's tell them again. Tell them again.
Mitch cooked. It was legit. Word up.
No, it was finger licking good. Prime rib.
Just saying.
We're not sponsored by KFC, by the way.
No, we're not. But you know, the kitchen does it for us. But yeah, man, we're back. We're gonna talk about what we do. We're gonna do our audio series. We got some gems today. I know Carl's got one that is definitely just gonna make y'all go. But we're gonna talk about the fantasy, what we believe in the 6 games that are going on this weekend. Who's gonna have the most fantasy impact in each one in our own opinions. This is for your daily fantasy people. You want to win some money, you want to send it to us, he might be my guest. Y'all know my PayPal, but email address as always is nomaanfantasyfootball@gmail.com. We got we had some crazy ones this week. One of them, we got Steve from Wisconsin wanted to know, Wes, what was your favorite Christmas present? I don't know why he cares about that, but
my favorite Christmas present this year. Hold on, let me go get him. Wait a minute.
It's a visual. It's a visual, people. He's coming back. There he goes.
Good luck, teddy bear.
Nice. There you go.
Go Knicks. That's all I gotta say.
Baby. Go Knicks.
Hey,
that's another podcast, but the Knicks are on fire. So
we got comeback player of the year. It looks like, or
R.J. Barrett, right?
not even
Julius Randle.
Yeah,
Julius Randle. Okay.
From Kentucky.
Carlos, Agnes from I can't pronounce what's that place in Long Island? Minnetonka wants to congratulate you on your victory. But yeah, we can jump right into it. Look, the pandemic's getting sick, people. I mean, counties are getting locked down, but your boy is on the streets. I gotta go see my peoples on the streets. So I read up on the peoples in the streets this week, and had some rough confrontations because I'm in Charlotte, and so a lot of people are a little upset about how the Panthers ended the season. But I was talking to this guy. His name was Smallpox. I don't know what that's about. Pookie and Frankie and Hustleman and all these guys. They were like, "Yo, I don't even watch ESPN anymore. I can't stand you got mossed. No more, come on, man. It's all about, are you serious?" So I told my boys, I'm like, "Yo, I got y'all this week, right?" And so I'm going to start off this week with Are You Serious? And it's kind of a weird one, but my Are You Serious? Come here, a little closer. Tennessee Titans. You got a robot there that is running over everybody, is giving you every chance to succeed, and then you goobers on the defense can't even hold the Texans. The Texans? Are you serious? Look, Deshaun Watson, nothing. They got nobody on that team. And they're driving down, he's driving down the field like he's Joe Montana throwing a Jerry Rice. It's ridiculous. Like, I understand not so much press coverage or whatever, but man, I mean, I felt so bad for Derrick Henry. And then I don't know if y'all caught this at the end, but
So the kick.
so he the first kick he kicked, he just made it too when they called the timeout, and so he resets himself back up, and he kicks it, and Derrick Henry's like, oh my, like did it go in like. And I get when people saying that they're wobbling into the playoffs, but dude, I think that team is dangerous. If you can't stop that run game, if you can't stop him, I mean that he's gonna hurt you. That team is dangerous. That catch that AJ Brown made at the end of the game, dude, that kid is a monster. And I'll tell you this right now, I drafted him pretty high. I drafted him. I look back at my board when Carlos took it home. I drafted him high, and he didn't start off the season. He didn't play the first 5 weeks, so hopefully he gets whatever. Like if they don't win the Super Bowl, so at whatever time they get out, hopefully he gets whatever surgeries he needs to get his body correct. Because that kid's a stud, and I will take him every year moving forward because he is that good. But
he's a beast.
Tennessee, let's go, people. Like Wes, what do you think about that? I mean, I know you watched the game. I mean, that was a great game.
I just think Tennessee is not the same team as last year. Offensively, I think they're great. They got great pieces.
Right.
Henry, Brown, Tannehill, Jonnu. Forgot the other receiver off the top of my head. Corey Davis. So yeah, so I think they got a lot of good pieces. I just think the defense isn't the same that it was 2 years ago. And one of my games I'm interested in watching this weekend, Denver, Baltimore, because I think Baltimore is hot.
Right.
Hollywood Brown's been scoring the last couple of weeks. I think the other receivers scored as well. So if they can get the outside receivers going, that's going to be a tougher game than most people expect.
That game will definitely go to the over.
Yeah, because I still think Lamar Jackson is a beast, and I don't think they have anything for Lamar Jackson. If they can't stop Deshaun Watson, I can see Lamar Jackson and the running back. I'm drawing a blank today. The running back Dobbins just going to work on them guys.
Well, let me
it's a revenge game for them too.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Let me ask you this though, Wes, because you and I had this conversation last year, week 2 of the playoffs. I mean, is Lamar ready for the playoffs?
We got to prove it, dude. That's
right. But that's what I'm saying.
That's the monkey on his back.
What happens if he hits the pan this weekend? I mean, I don't know, man. I will not rely on my franchise on the guy that can't win a playoff game. He's gonna be the new age Tony Romo.
We'll see. Like I said, that's his obstacle he's got to overcome. But that's his thing. He's like he hasn't won a playoff game. He can put up all these regular season stats, but he ain't won it. So
until he wins a game, and I don't think it's going to be this one. I'm sorry. I'm going. I'm betting the Titans on this game. I don't think they can stop Derrick Henry. I don't think anyone can stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think anybody can. But
all right, Wes, I'm going to pass to you.
Wait,
we got the champ.
Go ahead.
There you go. You're a champ.
Oh, when you could win a game like that and score 41 points with only 216 yards throwing, and Travis Henry had 250 yards running, he ran more than Tannehill threw. That's just crazy. He's a one-man team.
Well, no, but you got to understand, and you know this better than anybody, that if the run game's working, and when I mean working, like every time he touches the ball, he's smacking someone to the ground and he's gaining 10 to 15 yards. And even the backup kid that they bring in every once in a while when the king needs a breather, he's running for 7-8 yards. You don't abandon that. And then when you need the big throw, it's going to be there. It's just going to. Now, granted, the Texans' pass defense is trash. So I guess if you don't have to, you don't do it. That's just my opinion. I don't know. All right, Wes, give me your Are You Serious for this week? Who you mad at? Who you talking about?
I'm always going to be mad at my Raiders. I'm going to go there. I know my man Josh Jacobs got a DUI this weekend, but I don't know if that even makes a big deal. He's probably depressed because that season's over with, and they didn't make the playoffs like I am. But I'm just mad at my team's defense. Like, we let the Denver Broncos hang around in a game where I don't think we should have, and we basically had to steal in 2-point conversion just to win the game and slam the door. You like
Right.
You know how it was like you don't have confidence in kicking the extra point because you don't trust your defense. You're like, well, let's win this game now and
Right.
just be done with it. And I'm like, we got to be getting better. Like, I'm so mad at Gruden for giving away Mac, and then all he says, we got nobody to put pressure on the quarterback. Like, dude, you traded that dude 2 years ago.
Right.
But that gets pressure on the quarterback every time. But now, I mean, and now we're back at square one. We're back in the draft. We got no pass rush. The defense is shot. We need a defensive coordinator. I'm like, this is not a good look. Like, I know ultimately we're trending upward because we improved one game better than last year.
Right.
But I'm like, that's a tough pill to swallow. I'm not happy about it. And probably just more mad that I got to deal with fucking Mahomes for the next 10 freaking years because they're going to be owning that division. So that's my argument. Come on, Rick, tighten up that defense.
What pick are you guys looking at right now? Do you know?
It's probably somewhere in the teens.
Right. I mean,
like 8.
Get some defensive players out there. Maybe even in the offseason, maybe trade up and trade for somebody.
It ain't just the player, man. We need a scheme, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's
you guys are picking 17.
Someone who's smart enough to kind of fill in the pieces. Like, I don't think we got bad players on defense, but they're not working together.
I mean, you got
that's the problem.
Abram, he's a psychopath. I love that.
Yeah, but he can't cover. He blows a lot of coverage. He can hit you, but when we're giving up touchdowns and somebody's chasing somebody, it's 24 chasing.
Right, it's usually
so it's like, dude, that's your coverage. So, like I said, that's probably a homer. Are you serious? But that's where I'm at. I'm like, we got to get better on defense because I don't trust Carr or Waller to be all super world every freaking week. 15 catches, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, that's not every week, dude.
Right.
Like, I need my defense to stand up and win a fucking game.
Well, or at least preserve a game.
Yeah.
Right. No, I hear you. Hey, man, your woes are like my woes. It's not like my team's any better. My team does the same thing. We had 2 great defensive weeks in a row, and then, we got run on for like 7,000 yards this past weekend. So it's consistency. But like I agree with you. I think it starts with the DC and the scheming, and then the personnel could be the X factor, of course. But if you don't have a good plan, it's a waste of time. All right, Carlos. I think people will wait. I know I've been waiting for this one because I want to hear it from your perspective. For your Are You Serious? So hit him with it, baby. Just hit him with it.
So the Eagles beat us this weekend to kick us out of the playoffs. They do it to us again. And if you saw the tweet that Eli put, I don't trust and I can't stand the Eagles. And then the defensive player says, we don't like you either. So,
I mean, so as we were talking about before, so what Carlos is talking about is, the Giants went out and beat Dallas, and then the 8:20 game, the night game, was the Washington football team versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Play tag, baby. Sorry, man. Keep going.
Wes is watching the Carolina Tar Heels play, by the way.
Go play tag, baby.
And so, Carlos, good friend of mine. My dad, obviously, is a Giants fan. Go big shout out to Big Papa A. I mean, I get it, dude. I mean, but again, whenever you leave your fate into someone else's hands, you can't be mad at what happens. Now, was it a dick move by Doug Peterson? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you know what? if you were playing chess, would that be chess? Checkmate. I mean,
Look, they couldn't beat us during the regular season, so this is his way of trying to beat us, and he did because of that. Now we have, we're not in the playoffs, and now we're stuck at 11th pick for the draft.
well, right. I mean, they're not in the playoffs either. At the end of the day, I mean, now look, him and Ron Rivera.
Dude, you got to play the game. Like,
oh no, absolutely no. Look, I'm not defending him at all. I'm just saying there was a lot of factors in that. Doug Peterson.
No, even his whole team was pissed at him.
Oh no, his team was pissed. Absolutely. Oh, and
how
look,
are you coward that way? Like,
look, I know you're not an Eagles fan. I know you hate the Eagles because you're a Giants fan. But the people of Philadelphia are probably pissed. They're not. They don't go out like suckers like that. You're gonna go out like a champion. Lose on your own record.
Dude, I think he's gonna lose that team, dude. Like, you don't pull that. Like, don't tell me you got a guy on the team for 3 years and all of a sudden you want to see how he reacts.
Right. Yeah.
Really?
It was total bullshit. I mean, it's bullshit. Again,
exactly. Like,
it's total bullshit. It's total bullshit. But at the end of the day, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna help my boy out, and the Giants can kiss my ass." At the end of the day, because Ron Rivera's his boy. They've been friends for a minute. They coached.
They got ties.
Right. Dude, at the end of the game, it was the best. I don't know if you caught the audio when Ron Rivera walked. Thank you. When he said to Doug, he was like, "Thank you." I mean, but look. Then at the end of the, I say this: the Eagles should fire his ass for that.
Dude, he's gonna lose the locker room, dude. Like,
he lost the locker room. Miles Sanders already came out today and said something. So I mean, he's already lost the locker room.
Eli's tweet, quote unquote, "This is why we don't like the Eagles." Even retired, he can't stand it.
Look, I think there's a code among coaches, a code amongst teams that you don't break. It's like the code of the streets, man. Snitches get stitches, or whatever, however you want to put it. What Doug Peterson did was a bitch move, and he gets the "Are You Serious? No Mammy of the Year" award with that one. I mean, it was bullcrap. I mean, the Jalen Hurts was balling. He had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he wasn't the most accurate at the time.
He was keeping them in the game.
Right. You don't bring in.
I mean, Washington's defense is sick, and they're gonna upset the Buccaneers. I said it.
Oh, I don't know about that, dude.
I don't know about that.
All right,
that's tough, man. I mean, now look, hey, I will say this.
Hold on, we'll get to that game. We'll
talk about that. We'll get to that. So, that Carlos, I feel for you. I feel your pain, but I will say this to you: if that was you guys, if they would have lost, and you guys had to play Tampa, y'all would have got smashed. You know that.
No, did you see what we did to them in the first half? We were destroying Tampa, B. We were destroying them, and then he came off and made a goose egg, and they took over. It's like same thing with Pittsburgh, game 1. We had them.
Y'all would have got smashed.
No, and then that's why I knew Pittsburgh is suspect, man.
Oh, Pittsburgh suspect too. I do Pittsburgh suspect. All right, well, let's get into it then. Let's another great Are You Serious? Again, send your request, what you want us to talk about. NOMAAMFantasyFootball@gmail.com. We got a lot of emails coming in, so just tell us what you want us to do as Are You Serious? And we'll do it. We'll shout you out and everything. So let's get into it this weekend. We'll talk the first game that pops up. We'll talk about, again, what we think. Each of us will have our own opinion. What we think who's going to have the most impactful fantasy, and who you think what team's going to win. I say we start with the Colts and the Bills. Wes, I'll throw it to you first. Give me your most impactful player of the game, the person that's going to make the difference, and who's going to win and why.
It's going to be the Bills. I'm thinking I like the Colts defense, but it's going to be Josh Allen's show, I think. It's the stage is set for him and Diggs, and I always think first-round games, they kind of can be a blowout, and I'm not a fan of Phillip Rivers. Turtle man. I think Buffalo's defense could kind of stifle him. If the Colts can run it, then I think they're going to be in the game because they can keep the game close.
Right.
But if the Bills get out early and they force Phillip Rivers to play, then I think it's going to be Buffalo's game because I think Buffalo get a lead and then let the Buffalo D shut down that offense because I think Phillip Rivers is I'm not sold on him to win a shootout. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Right. You know, and I didn't know that he signed a 1-year deal. I thought he signed like at least a 2-3 year deal.
No, that wasn't crazy.
It was a 1-year deal, and so yeah, no, I'm gonna go with you on the pick wise as far as
Josh Allen or the team.
Bills. I'm gonna go with the Bills as well, but I mean, I think I'm gonna go with the Bills defense is gonna be the most impactful. Again, I'm not sold on Phillip Rivers, and
you think you're gonna get a turnover from?
I think we're gonna see at least one pick six and a few. I'm gonna say this.
Score.
I'm gonna go with Phillip Rivers throwing at least 2 to 3 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
One's gonna be a
then
pick
it's a
six.
blowout. No, then it's a blowout. If he's got,
I don't think it's gonna be close. No, I'm gonna go the Bills defense is gonna be my fantasy impact, the impact players of the or player whatever of the game. Carlos, who you got in the game and who's your fantasy stud?
I got the Bills and Stephon Diggs. Watch out, he's coming for a repeat game, man. He's gonna show Minnesota Vikings what they let go, and supposedly he was a bad seed or a bad apple, whatever. Over in
they ain't Minnesota not tripping with Jefferson, but I understand.
Yeah.
Imagine Jefferson, Thielen, and Diggs.
Then Kirk Cousins will be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, well, probably not. He'd probably find a way.
And you got your boy running the ball. They would be unstoppable. 3 wide, and your boy running the rock. Come on,
dude, you can put me in there and I'll be MVP.
Well, I'm keeping a tally of the games and who we're picking and going from there. So, Carlos, yeah. I'll let you start off the next game. We're gonna go talk about Rams and Seahawks.
Oof.
I don't even know if the Rams got anybody playing, dude.
Look, Rams.
Apparently, Cooper's back and Goff is gonna play.
Rams are wishy-washy. I mean, they win when they win.
Who's running the ball for the Rams?
You think they're gonna lose? They're gonna win. They win. They lose. So I'm gonna stick to Seattle.
Okay. And who's gonna have the best? Who you going fantasy wise? Gonna have the most impact?
DJ Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. Okay. Wes, give me your predictions over there, buddy.
I'm gonna have very bad fantasy analysis on this one. I'm going Seahawks and Russell Wilson. That's it. Man, I don't trust this the Rams situation.
I was gonna say Russell Wilson, but that's the obvious pick.
Cup, Golf with the broke thumb. I don't know who's running the ball for the Rams.
So they playing? Is Cup playing? Is Goff playing this weekend?
I don't know. I gotta look at it. But like I said, they got hurt the last game they played Seattle because they played them last week. So
was that last week? Yeah, that's what they played last week.
Unless they played I think the Rams played Arizona. I may get my.
Yeah, the Rams played Arizona.
They played the 49ers. So I'll probably get them.
Jared, as of 2 hours ago, Jared Goff is still uncertain.
I don't even know who quarterback for them last week.
Hey, he got a W though.
That's true.
They got a W, and so I'm gonna be the lone wolf. So I'll go. Oh, I'm going the Rams, and I'm gonna stick on my mantra. Aaron Donald.
Wow.
I think Aaron Donald is gonna have a field day. Here's why. I'm gonna tell you this again. Wes, you and I talked about this a lot. throughout the whole season. And Carlos, you joined late to the party, so I may have mentioned it a time or two since you've joined. You know the problem with Seattle is very simple. When he tries to go to these guys too early, and if he can't, it throws off the whole game. Okay, the Rams got good cornerbacks and good safeties, and they got good linebackers, so they can stop the run. They'll contain the run, I should say. And they can contain, and they can do good coverage, especially when their back's against the wall. This is where it all comes down to now. We're in the playoffs. Defense wins championships. And where Seattle's defense has gotten better, they're still going to be exposed in the passing game. So whether it's Goff, whether it's that kid who started last week, whether it's Jimmy from the barbershop, whether it's Frank from the deli, if someone can throw and make completions, Seattle's done, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I'm actually going to say I think the final score is going to be 17-14 or 17-13, but I think the Rams are going to pull it out. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The next game we got on the docket is the Buccaneers versus the Washington football team. And this one's interesting because I'll say this. It's a home game for Washington. As crappy as they were, it's a home game for Washington. Now, Brady knows how to play in the cold, in the bad weather, so I don't think weather is going to factor into it. You know, I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I heard earlier this week they were expecting some what was it?
Snow.
Some snow possibly.
No, but that's what made Brady famous, that whole tuck rule thing.
Right. Well, don't bring it up.
Wait a minute, man.
Don't bring that up to Wes.
Sorry, man.
He's a Raiders fan. Everything bad happens.
No, man. I was rooting for Gannon back then. So.
But right now the weather's supposed to be 42 degrees and sunshine, so it's not going to be a factor. I don't know, man. I mean, Chase Young is a beast. That kid is just so special. I mean, he is just so special. But I think right now, AB and Tom Brady are on the same page. I don't know what's going on with Mike Evans. He may not be out there, so that may be more for AB to eat. Ronald Jones is playing good. Fournette's playing good. So I'm going to go the Buccaneers. And I'm going to say that TB12 is going to have 4 touchdown passes, and that's my MVP.
Oh, no. I'll go Bucks in a close one. I think the Washington football team, they got the ingredients to that's how you beat Tom Brady. You rush with 4, and they got a good back secondary. Maybe nobody's special, but they're decent back there.
Right.
And they got 4 first-rounders on that line. And if they start cooking, start getting close to Tom, I seen it with the Giants. You get to Tom in 4, you can cover them other guys. And I seen the Giants do it with Tom Brady had Randy Moss, who I think is probably one of the top 3 receivers in history. So I already know that if you can get to Tom with 4, you can put 7 back there, and I don't care how many guys they got, you're still going to get them. So for that, the only thing that worries me is Washington's offense. I saw Ron Rivera talking about he's going to rotate quarterbacks, and I'm like, oh, hell no.
He just said that. Nah, he look. He said that shit. He said that shit just to make his buddy not look bad. Who else do they got? They already dropped Haskins.
It's gonna be Heineke. It's gonna be Heineke.
Man, fuck that.
We've seen Heineke. He ain't
putting fucking Heineke in. And if he does in the fucking playoffs, they should fire his ass fucking immediately. So,
that's the only thing I worry about, that damn Washington offense, dude. I'm like, where they going to get points?
So who's going to be your fantasy impact player of that game?
Gronk.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, Carlos, give me your prediction.
Washington.
Oh, you got to give me the lone wolf. I got to hear it, man. I got to hear the wolf, man. That was weak.
Sound like an owl.
That was weak. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm still a pup in the podcast world, so I gotta grow up.
You
gotta be committed. You gotta go with it.
So I'm going Washington by a field goal, and my MVP for that game is Chase Young because he said he wants Tom Brady. Now he put it out there, so he has to own it.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna get to him.
Oh, he'll get to him, and he'll have some impactful plays. But young man, many have said it before, many have tried, and Tom Brady has just put them in their place. So I look. I'm going to say this. You gotta look. And Wes, you know me. I'm not a TB12 fan. I'm not. I don't hate the guy, but I'm not going out to buy his jersey tomorrow. Tom Brady in the playoffs is dangerous. Dangerous. Don't let him get. He's gonna. The pep talk that this dude is giving the Bucs right now are being like, "Yo, jump on my back, let's go," and he ain't afraid. You know that.
I mean,
This is
I
Tom
agree.
Brady's
I
time.
know, but I'm just saying, Washington can get to you with 4, and they got some good guys up there.
There's more hunger on the Bucs than any other team in the playoffs right now.
Why you say that?
No,
because
you know why Washington is people are saying they don't deserve to be there.
Let me explain why. You got Tom Brady, who went to a different team and is trying to prove himself. The regular season doesn't matter. It's all about the playoff victories and the Super Bowl. And he's trying to prove so they can do it outside of New England. You got Gronk doing the same thing coming out of retirement. You got AB, no one gave him a chance. Right? You got
AB.
Bruce Arians. You got Bruce Arians who brought in these guys. There's a lot of, to me,
Maybe
there's
has
a lot
4
of
chances.
for those guys. What do you say?
I said AB has had 4 chances.
4 chances.
Right, but you know what? But the last chance was 2 years ago. Right?
No, you're right.
A year or so ago. Look, you know that egotistical maniac is like, I hope Mike isn't playing today. Because I'm gonna be the number 1 guy. You saw him dancing, and he was doing his little dancey dance in the end zone. Dude, he's dangerous. That team. And look, Ronald Jones is running good. You put him and Fournette back there and let Fournette take some of those blows by Chase Young from coming in. They'll be good. All right.
I think you're underestimating the Washington defense, but all right.
Oh, no, I'm not. They're a good defense. They were a great defense all season.
You called 4 touchdowns, though.
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you say?
You said you called 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, right, because it's TB12 in the playoffs, and they got a good team. Look, the guru has not been wrong a lot this year, Carlos. I know you're the champion and all, but I'm the guru. Respect the guru, baby.
No doubt.
All right, Wes, I'm gonna throw it to you now. And we talked a little bit about this game during the Are You Serious segment.
Oh yeah, the rematch.
Ravens Titans, man. Who you got and why? And who you got, person, and why?
I'm going Lamar and the Ravens. I think they is motivated for the revenge game. They took him out last year, trying to make basically trying to say Lamar can't throw outside the numbers to any receivers.
Yeah. Still can.
Seen a little bit of improvement with that this year with Lamar. Not a lot, but enough to give me confidence that I think they can beat the Texans. And I don't like the Texans defense this year. I don't think they were good as last year, but still got to look out for Henry and the crew.
All right. I'm going Titans, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I want to go. I mean, I should go the obvious. I mean, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go. Either AJ Brown or Corey Davis is going to be the one of the 2 wide receivers are going to be the factor. And I think I'm going to tell you, you're going to call me whacked out when I say this. Final score 28-17 Titans. I think Henry's going to have a good game, but I think he's going to. I don't know if he'll be able to, because they're pretty fast on that team, and they may be able to track him down and tackle him by the legs. And then, Tannehill is going to have a good game, I think. I think it's going to be a great – I think that, to me personally, that's my game of the weekend. It sucks that it's on at 1 o'clock on Sunday because I think the Saints and the Bears is going to be fucking stupid. We'll talk about that game next. And look, I got something to say about the Steelers and Browns game and I'm an AFC North guy, so I'm gonna kick off that one. But Carlos, who you got in this game? Titans or Ravens?
Titans.
You got Titans. All right, Wes, give it to me, baby.
Oh man. Oh!
Nice. That is the longest wolf I've heard in a long time. Who's your MVP there, Carlos?
Obvious, of course, I'm not going to pick Travis Henry. I'm going to go Tannehill. He's going to have a monster game. He's going to eat that. He's going to eat that defense up, man.
I just like them. I'm going to say this: two factors. If they blow them out, if the Titans blow them out, there's your Super Bowl champions right there. The Titans. There's going to be no one's going to beat them. It'll come down to the Titans versus the Packers, because when the Packers play next week, it's going to be a different story for everybody, because the Packers are just nasty. But, dude, Lamar Jackson, if he does not win this game, or if he has a bad game, I'm gonna put out my sell card on Lamar, because that'll be 3 years in a row, 3 first-round bounces out of the playoffs. So, all right, well, we'll talk about this scrub-ass game next. I think we all are going to agree. I don't think there'll be a lone wolf on this one. The Saints versus the Bears. Carlos, who you got, buddy?
Saints.
Okay, I hope so. Who's going to be your MVP on that one?
Kamara.
I don't know. They're talking about how
He'll be back.
He'll be back? Okay. Wes, do I have to ask? I know you're going to go to Saints.
They're building up the hype.
Who's going to be your star of the game, Wes?
No, you're going to run out of picks, Mitch, because I'm going breezy.
Oh, I already have my pick.
You going to go Jared Cook or somebody? Michael Thomas?
No, I'm going Latavius Murray.
Nice little sleeper in there.
Latavius Murray, the backup to Kamara.
X-rated.
Dude, the dude has been putting up numbers for weeks. If you go back to like the last 5-6 weeks of fantasy, Latavius Murray has been the truth. He has been the truth. So I like Latavius. I think this is going to be a blowout. I think, honestly, in the dome, dude, I'm going like 35 to 10, something like that, some craziness.
Yeah, I think if I was going to pick a sleeper defense, I don't know if you can call it a sleeper defense, I'll be all over the Saints, because I think Mitch Trubisky is going to have a turnover fest.
Oh, he's going to go. It's going to be bad.
Just to try to keep pace with the Saints.
Right. All right, so we're going to start up this last game, right now, the Browns and the Steelers. Now, here's my thing, and I don't know why. Look, again, shout out to my man Genus, who's the residential Browns fan here. I don't like that they said, Browns fans, I hope you're happy you beat us, our 2.0 team. Dude, Ben Roethlisberger was the only one missing. Everyone else was there. Juju was there. Mm-hmm. Claypool was there. Johnson was there. Connor was there. They had Snell in the game. The defense did have a lot of backups, but whatever. Their defense, those young kids were, hey, this is dress rehearsal time, because one of these morons go out, I'm jumping in. I hate this game. I think it's I'm going because I want it to happen. I'm going the Browns, because I can't stand the Steelers. I think the Steelers are a joke. I think they're going to ultimately win the game, but I'm going to go Browns. And I'm gonna go Chubb.
Hey, man, this is a G-rated show, man.
Hey, Chubb. I didn't say chubby. I didn't catch chubby. Sorry, kids. You know what that is in like 2 years. All right, Carlos, who are you going with, and who's your MVP?
I'm going with the Steelers, and it's gonna be that defense. Not no one in particular, just that defense, man. And they're gonna come and bring it to teach the Browns a lesson. And, shout out to my boy G, but, man, I wouldn't want to be the Browns this game. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh's going to bring it. They're going to blitz. They're going to come. They're going to throw different schemes. It's going to be crazy.
Wes, what do you got?
I'm going Steelers. I don't know who's going to be my impact. I want to lean on the defense, but Lowe's picked that, so I'll go the Deontay Johnson, the receiver.
Well, let me get it out of the way. Oh!
Wow.
Let's go, dogs.
I just think it's going to be hard for the Browns to play this game without a coach.
I was there. Stefanski got the COVID, baby.
Yeah, and I think Stefanski is the reason why Baker's been doing well. He's kind of keeping Baker in his lane, not doing too much. But I think once the Steelers stop that run and force Baker to make some plays, I think that's where the game kind of falls into the Steelers' hands, where they can match up in defense and just pin their ears back and come after him.
Okay. Well, real quick, though, I want to go over a few things in my guru assessments of things going into the fantasy year next year. A few things for you guys to think about. We'll talk about the Eagles first. Do you know that with the Colts he only signed a 1-year deal, Phillip Rivers, right? Wouldn't it be smart to Frank Reich, who's the coach of the Colts, who used to coach one Carson Wentz, him to go there? That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got if the Browns beat the Steelers and knock them out of the first round of the playoffs, say bye Big Ben, and they're either gonna draft or they're gonna trade for a quarterback. It's my opinion. I just wanted to throw those little nuggets in there. I think
even if Pitt wins, they're gonna look for a new quarterback. It's time. He doesn't have the gun anymore. He's aging. You could see it like in the last couple of games.
He's not aging gracefully. I'll say that. He's
gonna retire.
I don't like Ben. Obviously. Go Bengals, baby. Joe Burrow, 2021, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
There can be a lot of quarterbacks looking for a new job. Like, I think Mitch Trubisky, he may look for a new job. Obviously, Cam's going to be looking for a new job. Like, there's going to be quarterbacks out there.
Dude, I'll tell you this. I think the Patriots are gonna draft Mac Jones. They're gonna find a way to get him. He fits I've been saying it for weeks now. He fits their bill perfectly, dude. He looks like a system guy.
Yeah,
he looks that role. Like, that's the kind of guy that he looks like a younger Tom Brady. Like, he reminds me of that attitude. Like, I'm ready to go, coach. Whatever you need, coach. I got you, coach. I'm here, coach. And Saban's not too far of a fall off from Belichick as far as attitude. And
the Patriots need more than a quarterback, dude. Like, they don't.
No, I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. But they'll get him. They'll find a way to get him. So this kid who won the Heisman tonight, what do you think he's going to wind up in the draft?
Top 5.
I don't know. I got to see the draft order, see who's drafting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you right now. That's exactly what I'm looking at.
Go through the top 5.
Yeah, top 5 is
I already know.
It's Jacksonville, Jets, Miami,
Dallas,
Atlanta.
Who's number 4?
Cincinnati.
Miami.
Eagles, Lions, Panthers.
Hold on. Carlos,
number 4
start
is.
Yes, so you got number 1. Number 1 is Jacksonville. Number 2 is the Jets. Number 3 is Miami.
Yes.
Number 4 is the Bengals.
Yep.
Who's number 5?
Falcons.
Detroit.
Falcons.
Bengals.
So in your top 5,
no,
right?
Bengals is number 5.
Who's number 4? Who's number 4?
Falcons.
So are the Falcons going to go after? Do you pair that kid up with Ridley and get rid of Julio?
Well, pretty much. I mean,
no, I see him landing with you guys.
No.
I see the wide receiver with Burrow.
No. Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. If old boy from fucking the offensive linemen's around, the Bengals are going O-line, period. They're protecting Joe Burrow. They've already said it. Zach Taylor came out. When they've said that Zach Taylor, they're bringing back Zach Taylor, the first thing he comes out and says, in the draft, our focus is protecting Joe, period. Now, again, I've said this. In the first round, if you get Samaji, whatever his name is, if you get Jumanji, whatever, I don't even know what his name is. And if I know he's not going to be there in the second round, but if by some God-given blessedness that he's available in the second round, you take Kyle Pitts in the second round. That's just my opinion. But anyway,
check this out. The Eagles and the Cowboys pick before the Giants. Ain't that a
Hey man, you guys are fighting for a playoff spot. That's what you get there, Big Blue. I mean, what number are the Giants pick?
11. And Cowboys 10.
And what are the Eagles? 9?
6.
6.
They tanked that game just to stay in that position.
I'm reading reports that Miami's going after a quarterback in the draft.
Hey,
I mean,
that'll be their mistake.
Well, they're looking at also Sam Darnold.
I think Sam's either going to wind up in Chicago or somewhere in California.
You think he's going to San Fran? Like Jimmy G's contract is up, dude. Like
I know. Jimmy's done, dude. They need to get rid of him.
Like Jimmy G may go back to New England.
Yeah, don't be surprised about that.
Exactly. Like Belichick loved that dude.
Yeah, and he still loves him. You know, hey man, I rented you out for a few years. Come on back home.
He's coming back damaged with that 20.
Right, but think about it like this: if you could look, if Jimmy G's contract is up, okay, and they reach out to him and they sign him, you go out and you draft Mac Jones. You let Mac Jones sit on the bench for a year, learn the system perfectly. That's a match made in heaven. Now, I will say this: this is all predicated on if Josh McDaniels leaves, or whatever whatever the hell his name is.
He's not leaving. He's the successor.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I will tell you this though: I would like to see where Bieniemy's getting a job. He's leaving Kansas City.
You think so?
Oh, definitely, 100%. He'd be stupid not to, and every team would be stupid not to offer this kid a job. The kid is now again. He could call the play.
NFL honor the rule. Interview these black coaches, man. Trying to see Urban Meyer already getting an interview. And Urban Meyer, come on, man.
He's going to be the coach for Jacksonville. Watch.
But here's the thing. You could have all the knowledge in the
Shaka
world.
Khan down there in Jacksonville. What's that Jacksonville owner named Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan.
Come on, man. Do your people's right.
You crazy?
What are you talking about?
He's gonna draft Trevor Lawrence, and then he's gonna get a coach like Urban Meyer to make him great.
Shaka Khan.
They need to get Dabo Sweeney. Fuck Urban Meyer. That's what they need to do.
Dabo.
No, but check this out. So, I mean, I think Eric Bieniemy is going to bring fire to any team that he comes, but it's execution. If he doesn't take he needs the right job. I think Bieniemy needs to go to a place where they have pieces in place. They just need the right guidance, and I think he can bring it. I like him. I like the kid. So, well, look, we're coming to, on the witching hour, on 1 hour of the show. These are going to be smaller, shorter shows because we're not talking about how many points Carlos scored this week and who's he going to beat this week and who's he going to beat next week and the week after that, whatever. But one thing that we'll keep on talking about, and this is for the people in the podcast world watching us, all of our viewers, you bastards better come out and tell everybody to watch it. We want to get ready for this upcoming season. We're going to talk draft strategies. We're going to, once the playoffs are over and we know the final set of who's drafted where, we're going to have a draft special before the draft. Right around the combine time, so around like the February, March time frame, we're going to have a draft special. The three of us will invite some other people on or whatever. But I want to talk about, what you're looking for and what these teams are looking for. But mainly us as fantasy players. Now, next week is going to be a special show. I'm going to tell you why. I'm gonna invite. I got Carlos. You're back again. I know. You pitched a tent here. You're not leaving the Zoom meeting. I get it. You know.
Pitched a tent. Come on, keep this rated G.
That's the second chubby one I've already said today. This may hurt your feelings a little bit, Wes, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna have Leslie Burgess, who's his cousin by marriage, who won the Blood and Bones League. Wes and I's league. The other league that we're in, the one he just gave up his championship. Carlos, he left here Friday after eating a good meal and celebrating NOMAAM, and he went to their house and gave up his trophy. I know it was hard for him, and she's going to talk a lot of shit to him, so that's why I want to have her on as well. We may have a surprise guest. We're in 4 leagues, right? 4 Wes? No, man.
Yeah, 3 paid, 1 free.
Well, that's not gonna be free anymore. We're gonna talk about that, by the way, too. Maybe just chuck a $25, dime on that one, or a 20 piece on that one. But we may get my son on the league, the Experts League, champion. I just want to get from Wes and I are both champions. Carlos, you're a newly crowned champion. Leslie's a 2-time champion. Lucas is a 2-time champion. I'm going to try to get my brother on. We're trying to get some champions on here just to kind of have a champion show. Celebrate the champions, man. And I want to go over these picks as well to see who was right, who was wrong on our picks. So, people in the podcast world, we love you. Welcome to 2021. Look, be safe tomorrow. There's a lot of craziness going down with your boy Chapito tomorrow. Stay in the house. Don't get involved in it. Watch a podcast. That's why we do it tonight, so you can watch it tomorrow and don't worry about all that nonsense. But Wes, always a pleasure. Greatest podcast host in the history, and I mean the history of podcasting.
Nice.
And then we got the champ, man.
The champ, Carlos.
2020. Carlos, I got to tell you, I've been looking at rings, dude. I have some stunners that are making my top selection. I'm probably gonna not make my selection until around my birthday time, around the April time frame. I want to see what else comes out. I want to see the spring line, see if anything new comes out. But as always, fellas, thank you for a great podcast. We'll catch you next week. Good luck with your picks this week. And Wes, any parting words?
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. There you go.
Nice. All right, later.
All right, shout out to everybody. Podcast line, we love you. NOMAAM. Peace.